Sister Cecilia's scream echoed through the catacombs as she plunged the holy nail into Father Tedeschi's throat. His eyes widened in shock, blood gushing from the wound. But his lips curled into a sinister smile. "You cannot stop what's already begun," he rasped, choking on his own blood. Cecilia's hands trembled as she let go of the nail, stepping back from the man who had orchestrated so much horror. Earlier that day, Cecilia had discovered Gwen's mutilated body in a hidden chamber, her eyes wide in a silent scream, her tongue cruelly severed. Cecilia knew then she had to escape. The convent, once a sanctuary, had become a nightmare. The walls seemed to close in, the air thick with secrets and shadows. Gwen's warning still echoed in her mind. "They won't let you leave. They need you." Flashbacks of Cecilia's arrival at the convent surfaced. Innocent days when she believed she was serving God's will. But the signs were there from the start. The elder nuns with their feet scarred in the shape of crosses, the hushed whispers at night, and the strange relic, the holy nail, that they worshipped with disturbing reverence. Cecilia had sought solace in Sister Gwen, the only one who seemed to question the dark rituals. But even Gwen couldn't save her when Cecilia woke up one morning, terrified, realizing she was pregnant. How could it be? She was a virgin, sworn to a life of purity. Yet the convent's inhabitants began to hail her as the new Virgin Mary, a vessel for divine intervention. Cecilia knew better. This was no miracle. In desperation, Cecilia turned to the Bible, searching for answers. Behind a dusty painting of the Virgin Mary, she found an inscription, 2 Corinthians 11:14. And no wonder, for Satan himself masquerades as an angel of light. The truth hit her like a punch to the gut. This was no place of God. It was a breeding ground for evil. On the day she planned her escape, Cecilia faked a miscarriage, hoping the ruse would get her to a hospital, away from the madness. But Father Tedeschi was one step ahead. He revealed his true nature. Not just a priest, but a twisted scientist. In his cold, clinical voice, he recounted his experiments, using the holy nail's DNA to impregnate nuns, creating monstrous offspring in the hope of birthing a new Messiah. "You are my greatest creation," he whispered, branding a cross into her foot as she screamed in agony. Desperate, Cecilia fought back, her mind racing for a way out. She brutally murdered Mother Superior with a crucifix, her hands slick with blood. With each step, she felt the life inside her struggle, not with innocence, but with something far more sinister. Her water broke, and pain shot through her as she staggered into the catacombs, where the final confrontation awaited. Tedeschi, wounded and enraged, pursued her through the maze of tunnels. He cornered her, knife in hand, ready to carve out the abomination growing within her. But Cecilia, in a last surge of strength, grabbed the holy nail, stabbing him, and watching as life drained from his eyes. She stumbled out of the catacombs, bleeding, her vision blurring. The birth was agonizing, an unholy culmination of Tedeschi's deranged experiment. The baby's cries were not of this world, more beast than human. In a fit of horror and revulsion, Cecilia crushed its skull with a rock, the only act of mercy she could muster. The convent burned behind her as she walked away, her body broken, her soul scarred. The night swallowed her whole, leaving nothing but the distant glow of fire and the chilling thought that some secrets should never be unearthed.